مساء الخير، ازيكم عاملين ايه؟ بص طلع لي بيمبل هنا وهنا، تقريبا في حاجة قرصتني. المهم انا عايزة اطمن عليكم، عاملين ايه في المسابقة؟ انا عايزاكم كلكم تكسبوا بليز، عايزاكم كلكم تشاركوا معايا لان الجوائز فعلا حلوة. يعني لو حد خد ايفون، الفاوتشرز بتاعت الكلينكس، خاتم السوليتير الخطير. يعني الجوائز كلها قيمة جدا، وزي ما قلت لكم تاني بليز خشوا عندي على اخر بوست انا عاملاه في آه، عاملاه عندي في الاكونت، وشوفوا شروط المسابقه شروط المسابقه هي سهله جدا، خشوا اعملوا فولو لل 30 شخص اللي انا عامله لهم فولو، عشان بعد 3 4 ايام هيتشال الفولو ده كله. و... وان شاء الله تكسبوا وتتهنوا وتبقى اعياد سعيده عليكم، هابي نيو يير وميري كريسماس ان ادفانس. ويا رب كده تبقى سنه حلوه علينا كلنا يا رب يا رب، وانا بشعر المنكوش الحلو ده.
Or rather than the, or seen the video in the description below so you can see this before. So let's move on to other topic for this video because today is Friday, December 20th, 2019. This the week before 2020 was came along was the if you live in America was the day is the premiere of the final Star Wars through chapter the final chapter of Star Wars story was Star Wars what episode 9 at the Rise of Skywalker, and I saw this film on and 2 days ago. Wednesday, and it's probably no the yesterday. I'm probably in video on yesterday, but I would say this: it was okay. Now, don't dislike this video and comment below, complain what this movie's all about. This mini criticism about this thing. I would say this movie is great. I mean, it was okay, but I wouldn't give it a ride because after Rain Johnson was completely ruined the franchise in The Last Jedi, there's not even one of the worst things about this. It's like kind of did with the Terminator Dark Fate was probably completely ruined the franchise at but in the beginning of the movie was kill off the character of the movie was want to do. And replace some supporting that idiot who's supporting role in the Blade Runner 2049. And Anna didn't Ananas was not proud of that. But I don't say this thing. This movie isn't that good. I mean, I know it's probably action scheme. I mean, the action sequence is great. I mean, and the performance is really good. But I was probably know this, and the group would say this probably performance. Many cast including Ada Driver, Daisy Ridley, Ostracizes, John Bioc, and Lupata no Moon. I don't know how to pronounce in Google Translate. Hold a second. Hold it. Hold it. Okay, Lumita Nuago. There we go. And of course, the more with E. Grant and some Kerry Russell, no relation, and Billy Wee Williamson, who were probably good one. But the the script is more point that's not even to say it's worse than prequels. I mean, I know what to get like this movie's not even about. Even Carrie Fisher, who's dying in December that 2 years ago, who was passed away in December, and he was probably releasing and we want to use the unreleased footage of the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi because there's not even one of seeing a movie about many of the footage of the unreleased footage before the actors passed away. So if not everyone, the many actress was probably shot and released, including River Phoenix was probably minigun in the post death film was probably gonna check on Wikipedia. But I was able to know it was okay film. Don't dislike this. Don't comment about it and complain why this movie didn't suck. But I was very know that many Star Wars fans is probably in since beginning. It was will become the most successful film franchise. Well, mostly in the Marvel MCU movies now in comic book movies nowadays, there's like anyone completing 100% true, but no one like giving Star Wars haters like, oh, this movie's better than the prequels. Fuck you. I didn't like it, but I will be lie. It's I give it a must say this movie is great. Really conclusion. It's might be disappointed things. I was more and more into the most disappointed any time I have. But mostly cast from Star Wars franchise will later go on. Uh, Lupita Nyong'o ni I don't know pronounce right. Again, I like to say that was later on before in and almost forgot. And mostly speaking of prequels, the Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor who got the voice cameo in the movie, but I am giving them props to that. So um, anyway, Lupita would get later go on before the Star Wars movie release was the movie was started in the movie of children film masterpiece horror masterpiece Us was the follow of Get Out was a great one. I was recommended. I will including the Opia Cop Police part was pretty much. I haven't made a bunch of videos of this channel, so I will check out. And not only the Lupita starring a horror, but a horror comedy that is The Little Monsters, which came out and 2 months before the Star Wars movie release was released. A lot movie it started alongside the fellow Disney friend Josh Gad was released on that it was also came out before the movie called Frozen 2 was before the Olaf the Snowman. So this movie is released on Netflix, Hulu, was owned by Disney, and then as well as in theaters and some theaters in some countries, including UK. But that's a rumor. Adam Driver, who's playing Kira Rent, was the start. We could later go on before, like the Lupin, who was before the Star Wars movie release, was the non more was alongside the Black Widow himself, Scarlett Johansson, in the drama film Marriage Story, which was released on Netflix, and some theaters in some countries, including Sweden, was probably releasing distributed by Scambox Entertainment. Us inside this, with like Lupin and Adam, was probably releasing on was on the animated comedy film was a remake. Was kind of a remake. It's not even live action. Was it Addams Family? The star alongside Charlene Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz, Bette Miller, and Addison Janney and some others. Was released on NGM by NGM and Universal Pictures in some countries. But I remember saying it was great, but I recommend it. And of course, Harrison Ford was got uncredited cameo and even later got on the release in 2 months in the movie was a real movie, a family adventure film. The Call of the Wild was a remake of the 1939 film was produced by the studio which people also saw on TCM will be released on the February of that year was 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 released by 20th Century Fox. It was of course was owned by you guessed it Disney. Oh, and Evan McGregor was before like him. Few actors would be starred in a Star Wars film. Uh, Gregor was starred in the long-awaited sequel of The Shining. Doctor Sleep was maybe in the best. It was a good grade. It was flop in the time, but it was a great film. Horror film was probably the best horror Stephen King movies were ever made. Same came in the same year as It Chapter 2. But I reckon so. I will give props to that. And Gregor was later on in the Harley Quinn movie was going to be in spin-off movies gonna be starring Margot Robbie. So can't wait to see in the also came in February. But I thought this was a great film, but I'd probably rather watch the Midsummer and the Lighthouse, was probably my best horror films in 2019. So let's probably go back to part two.